Okay, so I'm back and I have a series of photos that I took with my iPhone, not using the TerraPad software, just the regular camera application when I was out walking around. And I'm going to show you how to bring those into Google Earth and ultimately into ArcMap, and how to adjust their locations in case they're wrong. So again, these are just regular photos. But they are geotagged. If you're going to use your iPhone, you might want to just check to make sure that the location services are on for the camera application. Because even though the geotags aren't perfect, they're helpful because they give you a starting point. So in order to bring these into Google Earth, I'm going to use Picassa, which is another software that's free for download from Google. And to do that, I'm going to go to Import and Folder and navigate to the place where I stored the iPhone photos and select them all. And I'm going to give a folder title to this. I'll call it Red Walk iPhone. I think I already had something called Red Walk iPhone from before. So I'm going to call it Red Walk iPhone 2, and then say Import All. Okay, so I have my Red Walk iPhone 2 folder, and you can see here in the Places panel, because there's already geo information on them, it's located them. And if I zoom in, right, you can change this map to be a street map or satellite. Like here, for example, that's the street sign, and we already know, like, that's not right. Like, that's not where it is. It's actually over here. So we could just pick it up and we could drag it and say OK. Now you can also do this for photos that don't have any geo information already. So for example, like over here, this image is now the selected image, and if I click here, or sorry, here, I can say, you know, add spatial information for the selected photo, and I could put that photo there. You could do that with, you know, if you have a mixture of photos, some of which you took with your iPhone and some of which you took with an SLR, for example. This is a good way to add the geo tag information to your untagged photos. In this case, though, I don't really want that. The other way that I could adjust these is if I click on it, I could go to Tools, Geotag, and say Geotag with Google Earth, in which case it'll open up Google Earth and it will fly to where it thinks I took that photograph. I happen to know I did not take that photograph on that side of the street. I took that photograph on this side of the street in front of that church. So I can position the crosshairs there and say Geotag, and done. You can also use this to geotag multiple photos at once. So if I do that, and then I can quit out of this, right, that should have updated. You can see it did update the photo to the proper location where I just geotagged it. Alright, so once that's done, if I want to create a Google Earth file from these, I can select them all, and I can say, where is it? It's I can right click. Sorry, I can select them all, and it's under Tools, Geotag, Export to Google Earth file. And I'm going to save that file with my other stuff. And I'm going to call it iPhone red walk. I'll save it as a KMZ. That's fine. So I'm not sure if that's what we want. We can say open this might be superfluous, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to open this red walk. Nope, not that one, sorry. The iPhone red walk KMZ. Sure. And you can see, okay, everything looks right. Right, I got my photos. They're in the right locations. Actually, there is something that I forgot that I wanted to do, though. I wanted to discard this. One of the things that's useful about Picassa is you can add captions. So let's call this red tail light. And you can add captions for all of them. Red chips. Red bike. I think you get the idea. I'm not going to add it for everyone. I'm just going to go back to geotag and go back to export to Google Earth. Let's call this iPhone Red Walk 2. And I'll click here to open that in Google Earth. So you can see when I do that, what's great is that now it's using the captions as my names for the images. So again, just like before, if I want to adjust the locations of some of these things, like here, it's saying that's where the bike is. That's not where the bike was. I can click on it, click Properties, and then I can move it. Say OK. And once this is all squared away the way I want it, let's rename this Red Walk iPhone. It's called Red Walk iPhone 3. And we can actually say save place as, and we can save a Red Walk iPhone 3 KMZ, which should reflect our final edits. So that means that now, going back to ArcMap, or actually let's do this through our catalog, we can go back to the KML to layer. This is under the conversion tools. This is just like what I did before. And I'm going to come through and I'm going to select Red Walk iPhone 3. I'll select an output location. In this case, again, I think what I want to do is, let's call this shapefile here. Tracking iPhone photos. Let's put it in the shapefile in Red Walk iPhone 3 and say OK. Okay, so you can see now the KML to layer is finished. If we go back to ArcMap, we can now add it as a layer. So it's under tracking, iPhone photos, shapefile. And if we navigate through this to place marks point, and again we have the same problem where the coordinate system is WGS 1984. So we need to transform it from WGS 1984 into NAD83. And again, we're going to use this WGS 1984 to NAD83. Say OK. Close. And you can see that now we're getting our points. And in this case, not only do we get the points, but we also get the name that we associated with each of the points when we set a caption in Picassa. So that's how you get photos from just a regular directory of geotagged or even ungeotagged photos into ArcMap.